Hello, 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 hello. Hey, Instagram. Hey, YouTube. We're all working. Good stuff. Welcome to the weekly collective live oracle readings. So, if you're watching live, feel free to ask a question and I will get to it as soon as I'm done the collective energy reading for the week. So, I was just filming another video, so I haven't actually started tuning into the weekly collective energy yet. Normally, I do like a minute or two before I go live here. What are we going to need to know for this week? That is the question. What are we going to need to know for this week? I feel like grabbing, Prism Oracle. Let me know if you're here. Let me know how you're doing. I'm getting the feeling this week it's about focusing on like the mind and on intelligence and on learning. I'm really seeing like maybe studying, maybe like what your hobbies are, learning a new skill or devoting yourself to it. Like I'm seeing a schedule. This is funny. I'm seeing a schedule and someone actually putting time in their schedule for the things they want to do. And also exploring stuff that perhaps they've been scared of, which has been a part of the collective energy for a bit. I've been feeling like there's something that someone wants to do and or learn about or grow in, but they're like being hesitant about it. And it could be many things. It could be multiple areas of your life that relates to. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So this week, it's funny. We have koi fish spirit, which says there is always enough. So this is very much speaking to abundance and believing that actually you can have, I really feel like this is about time. Like you have the time to do what you want to do this week. So you're going to have the time to do what you want to do. But also I'm seeing that you do need to schedule it. So it's kind of a funny message so far. Koi fish spirit. There's always enough. There's always enough time, resources. To limit yourself is really not in divine order. To limit yourself or to not trust that there will be enough. So this koi spirit. Oh, hey, welcome. It's nice. I see people popping in and out of YouTube, but on Instagram, I actually get to see who joins, which is fun. I like that. This card. All right. So weekly collective reading, but do ask your questions for if you'd like a personal reading. We have Athena. Ooh, Athena, inner wisdom. So I guess that makes sense with like the learning and actually trusting yourself. It says, you know what to do. Trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. So if there's any if there's any nervousness in your system at all for what it is that you need to do this week, I want you to do whatever you can do now to clear yourself of all the obstructing or intrusive thoughts. Those ones aren't actually your true feelings. Your true feelings are actually underneath those layers of kind of trying to see ahead. The true feeling that guides you towards what it is you want to do, that's the thing that's going to charge you up to do what you need to do. Okay, so the desire is really where I've been getting people to focus on the last few days. It's been really focused on that. It's been like, you just need to spend more time with what it is that you desire and being in the energetic frequency of that. Which if you need some help with that, obviously just reach out to me and I'll help guide you as to where there might be limitations and blocks coming in or challenges, those obstructions that I was talking about. This week feels like a week where people are going to be releasing what's on their chest, what's on their mind, what's on their hearts, right? Like it feels like I keep getting this feeling of someone feeling pent up. Like it's the feeling of, and I really admittedly have not done this a lot, but it's like the feeling of admitting that you have feelings for someone or like a crush on someone is like that type of feeling, but it could be towards any area of your life. It doesn't need to be only towards romance that I'm feeling, but it's like taking action in the direction of your heart and your heart's longings, your heart's desires. And so this Athena card really also speaks to being very trusting that that's true, right? Because well, give you the example of expressing that you have a crush on someone, right? Like that feeling is, oh, I wonder if they like me back and that kind of thing. Well, in your hearts, you would actually know the truth of that. You would actually know what is real. Um, we also have divine passion, Pele, and it is like this volcanic energy, this eruption. And so I wonder whether if you chose to act on what your heart is wanting you to say this week and what you're feeling guided to do, I wonder whether there would be some type of eruption, some type of explosion, perhaps, of goodness that comes your way. And so, what are you doing just waiting for the volcano rather than, I don't know, it's it's really funny. I'm getting like really silly images in my mind today. Spirits are making me laugh today, but it's like a kid, when you make those science projects with like the baking soda and the vinegar, everyone's done that, right? Like a volcano or something similar. You've done something similar, but you see it on TV, the kids make the volcano. I'm seeing like you as a child, you collective as a child, walking up to the top of this volcano and then adding baking soda in. So it's like, you're not going to be able to see the eruption if you don't add the ingredient. So, what's in the what's in the volcano is vinegar already. I don't know why this is funny to me, but and then it's like you've got to add the baking soda. So this week, I'm specifically actually feeling Monday, a lot of this energy. And it says, be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? So, is that not just like the entire vibe that I've been talking about for the last few days as well? So, if you're joining me on Instagram, you might not know this, but I do daily YouTube oracle readings. And so you'll get a day by day play by play. And then this is the weekly collective reading where I also go and do energy readings for particular people. So if you do have a question, feel free to ask. YouTube, let me know if you have questions. I know for the first little bit, we're always just waiting for people to log on to join. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, Stacy's joining on Instagram. That's funny. Good, 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 good. Okay, I'm going to keep reading into this weekly collective energy, what we need to focus on this week and what might be happening. So I really am feeling getting things off of your hearts. Alexandra, you look so beautiful. I look like a fairy. Oh, that's so nice. You know what? I was really sad actually earlier today. I was really wanting I wanted more fairy-like dresses in my life. I just was like, oh, whenever I go visit like these walks and these castles, I'm always wearing like functional clothing. But how awesome would it be if I just showed up in total like not even for the Instagram, just for like my own sake, just to be able to like prance outside in my yard and dance around in like fairy like or Victorian style dresses. It's really, really funny that you say that because I was looking them up online. It worked. There you go. Now I look like a fairy. Yeah, fairy energy has actually been really around. So I'm glad you said that, Alexandra, because I trust that everything that happens in a reading is part of the reading. And Stacy, you're on both. That's funny. And yeah, fairy energy has really been around. I had a journey last week that I was doing with my friend from my shamanic work. And these fairies were like, I was trying, it's maybe tough to quickly describe, but I was trying to hold on to a tree and I was being guided to lean back completely, to like arch my back and to like totally just like cross-legged onto the tree, but allow my arms to just drift back. And it was a bit scary. I was like, woof, I have to like surrender. I need to just like, woo, just like let myself totally fall back and trust that I was going to be supported, which, hello, that's like a metaphor for everything right now. Just to lean back, accept things. This sunbeam was just pouring into me and I had to just open up and accept. And every time I tried to close up and to just start gripping the tree again, these golden fairies were like pressing out my fingers. They were like, like each of them trying to press out each of the fingers. And so I had to keep stretching back more and more and more expansion. So this koi fish spirit, I'm going to take this in as well. There is always enough. There's always enough support. There's always enough time. There's always enough money. There's always enough energy to do what you're guided to do, what you're needing to do, so long as you keep yourself in the vibration of those desires. And that's where we get a little caught up sometimes, is we look at the external and then we're like, well, that can't be. Well, that can't be. But so many miracles and so many beautiful things happen every day before people even get the physical reality, the tangible proof, right? Before you have the proof, it's important to have the trust and have the faith. Okay. The universe has big plans for me, and it's time to claim them. This is like really, do you see? This is like really big energy this week. It's like opening up our hearts and maybe opening up our whole bodies actually to what our hearts are wanting for us. And this is a really big vibe, right? To even say yes to that. It's a lot to do. And at the same time, it's a lot to fight against, right? It's very exciting energy. Yes, it is. Exactly. And so because of that, sometimes we receive excitement and then it goes ding 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 and then it files in as something that's feels more like fear. So try not to do that this week, okay? Try not to file your fear or file your excitement as fear. Try not to file it in that way. Allow excitement to stay excitement, and then you will be at least closer to being in the vibration of accepting that true goodness and this true expansion. I really am feeling lots of heart expansion. Wanting more for others puts me into an energy of abundance. So put yourself into good energy so you can also have a positive impact on the world around you. What a lot of people miss is, like, we're used to, I think, in this Western world, especially, we live in a bit more of an individualistic way than we ever really used to. We're very community focused for many, many years, much more tribal. And so that's what drew me to the shamanic work, definitely, is that it's pre-colonization and before we started putting in all these lines of where we feel we need to have borders and sections from people. And so wanting more and wanting to connect to others also means putting yourself in your right way rather than being then and I don't want to be too harsh about this, but you don't want to be an energetic burden to those around you, to your community, by not keeping yourself in actually an uplifted or positive energy. Like, how on earth are you going to save the world as you want to? How on earth are you going to save the world without actually being able to be healthy and have less intrusions your own self, right? And flamingo spirit, embrace the in between. This is about embracing, truly, this week is about embracing the fact that that you're on the cusp of a really big change. You're on the cusp of this, you're on one side of this great vision and expansion that I keep talking about here, that I keep feeling. And you're also on the in between. We're always actually on the in between, because when you reach this next level, this current life I'm living right now is a dream life. And there was a time a few weeks ago where I was kind of like getting easily frustrated by things that were happening in day to day. And I was like, I'm not really sure about this. And I was just in my analytical mind, much more so than I was in my receptive state. And I was speaking to a really good friend of mine, and she said, just so you know, this is like, you spoke about the fact that these were going to be your challenges. You already saw this coming. I went, yeah, I did see this coming. And also, if I think about 10 years ago, Kate, 10 years ago, Kate would have been over the moon to have this current life and this current setup. So I decided, me and my friend, as we were talking, I decided, hey, why don't I just try enjoying this a little more? Why don't I just try enjoying my life a little bit more? Why don't I attempt that? Instead of just critiquing and analyzing and trying to solve and trying to fix and trying to do better. And actually, it's so much more relieving to enjoy and to be in that joyful state. And that's actually what brings more joy to me now, really, truly. So it is about practicing the vibration until the external matches and until the 3D comes to match your 5D feeling and your 5D knowing. Okay, get in your questions. I am happy to answer any questions that you might have for me for the week. I'm just going to read a couple more cards here and tune into this energy that we might need for the week, which is, I just wanted to say, it's been kind of funny. I've been feeling, as I've been doing these daily YouTube oracles, they're like uplifting, kind of more channeled messages of support. But I also really do like doing the divination style readings. And I used to do pick a cards where I could be like, oh, this is a message from your person, or pick a card, what advice do you need to hear this week? So I might go back to doing some of those, but I have so many other video ideas. I'm just going to release one right after we're done here that is all about my name and the meaning of my name and how it's affected my healing. It's a short one. There's so many stories I could tell about names and how much they've affected my healing journey. Your identity is so important to that. But anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, I might do some more like divination style things, but that's why I like coming on here for the weekly oracles. So then you can just let me know if there's anything you're wanting to know. We have strength and mystery. This is from the Prism Oracle deck. Strength and mystery. So I really am feeling like the overall message here is about keeping strong, trusting, having really full energy, and actually expanding your body energy to be able to embrace the reality of what the dream is that you see for yourself. Even if it doesn't feel like super, super big, whatever that dream you have for yourself is a step up or a step forward in energy and energetic expression. So just by you practicing that expansion, you're going to be able to meet it and match it that much easier. And the mystery piece is more like this: what's happening that you don't even see, the stuff that you don't even see yet. That's the stuff that's going to be key to unlocking this next phase for you. And because you can't see it yet, it's tough to be like angry about it not appearing because it's on its way, right? And so if it's on its way, all you need to do is actually stand like this pillar, stand straight and strong and say, I'm ready for this. I'm so, so ready for this, and get a little more clear on what this might mean, you know? Okay. Alexandra, yes, I agree. When my grandchild comes and he's a baby, I smile to him the whole time, as he also does it more than me. So I return the smile and then it stays with you. And that's so true. So actually, and this was coming through earlier that I was saying, you know, in the name meaning video, it's like we were all born innocent and pure. And there's something so beautiful about connecting to that energy. So even if you could, knowing that you have such an easy time connecting with this baby, Alexandra, connect to your own baby self. You know, we do a lot of inner child work, but not everybody goes as far back to actually hold themselves when they were a baby and to re-parent, nurture, and love and be with that pure light version of yourself. But it's such a healing thing to do. I've certainly had some beautiful times lately, visions of baby connection with myself, but also with like my higher self. And it's a really fascinating, yeah, it's so beautiful. It really reminds you that everything that you could think that's not great about yourself has been built in to this lifetime. It wasn't born of you, so then it can't be you. And so anything else has just been a coping mechanism, and it helps you kind of reestablish the who you are behind that. The beautiful light you are. All right, it's my last sip of water. You're welcome for that reminder. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, I might put on these glasses, hopefully not too much glare. No, we're doing good. Okay. Okay, let's get on to some questions. I might do some collective readings, or I might just channel some other messages for us, but let's just do this for now. Let's see. Strength and mystery. So it's embracing the mystery of the 3D, right? The mystery of things we don't even know yet how they're going to come to be. But if we keep matching our energy and putting that intention out there, then it has no choice but to meet us. Sucharita. Sucharita or Sucharita? I wish I had a pronunciation guide on YouTube. I wish that it could be like, this is how they say their name. Debabrata Das is my destiny partner. I'm going to ask you a question back, and then we'll keep working on this question here, because I always need to be conscientious. I need to be clear in knowing what is a destiny partner to you, because I have different definitions than you might have about what a destiny partner is. Like, for example, do you feel that there's possibility of having more than one destiny partner? I feel like there are, we have more than one soulmate in our lifetime. And so I want to make sure that I understand your question or where it's coming from. So let me know if there's another question, or if there's a definition of destiny partner that you want to talk about, because, it's funny. I think about this a lot. Like, I can be a bit of a difficult oracle sometimes because I am philosophical. And I like to actually get to the root of, where does that question even come from? Why does that question exist? And what does that mean for the person? I'm always conscientious. I'm careful not to answer a question that could lead you into some place of thinking that wouldn't be in full alignment with you. So yeah, if you could answer that, that would be very helpful. Alexandra, would the Russian-Ukrainian war spread into Poland? I ask this question, but this is something that can't possibly be really answered. Yeah. It's like, would it, could it's maybe difficult to answer that one only because of that reason. I'm okay reading into global issues and things. With Poland, and to be fair too, when I'm in this headspace, I'm not always like super clear on the facts as well. I would say I keep seeing milk in my mind, like their food is going to be affected. Um, I don't see the same amount of destruction. I don't see nearly the same amount of destruction. And I see Poland actually protected in certain ways. And milk just becomes really, really like comes to the forefront a lot. I do see money diminishing. I see like less financial resources available there, being financially hit. So I see some people shifting away really only because they want opportunity, but not because they need to out of safety. Um, yeah, and I do see a bit of like light kind of something protecting Poland in a sense. So um, I don't know why the milk is so obvious. It's like very interesting, but I'm literally just seeing like cartons and jars and things of milk. um, Thanks, Alexandra. I do actually like reading into kind of different topics and things. So I do like when people show up with that. Like a couple weeks ago, maybe we were doing more like location. I really actually like doing remote viewing location stuff. I can feel kind of energetically different things around the world, and it's kind of fun. It's like going on a trip, you know. Okay, you're amazing as well. The old predicament said about the light of Holy Mary protecting the country. Yeah, and it was interesting because I did see this like light blue light, which I actually would associate with like definitely like Mary type energy. Yeah. I understand. I believe in old tales as well. I mean, there's predictions as old as time that say that we're gonna like all be doomed, and then there's also predictions as old as time that say we're all going to be saved, right? And the ones that make sense to us, the ones that resonate with us, are the ones that we're meant to actually hold in our hearts. Like I truly feel that because I don't know, I hear a lot like because I do this work. Sometimes people will be like, "Oh, you must have heard about this conspiracy and this and this and this and this," and I'm like, "Yeah, maybe." Maybe. Oh, we're all doomed. Maybe we're all going to be saved. Maybe. Sucharita, I see your question. I would appreciate if we could just simmer the energy down a little bit, because I do see your question, and I'm just resolving the rest of Alexandra's answer here, and it's kind of like a casual hangout type of oracle work here. Especially this is free work unless people choose to donate, which I'm grateful. They do come in every now and then. I'll have a little donation, and it makes it so much easier for me to continue showing up here and doing this work. But it is free work, so there's no rushing an oracle in this way. I feel very much, today I feel very much an ancient oracle attitude. Like I'm just like, you don't rush the oracle. The oracle decides that she works here and now and in this way, and it's very funny to me. I was writing a musical about a Greek tragedy about an oracle. Yeah, party. Okay. Sucharita, let me get to your question. So this is a great shift in your question, is to call it uh, Debabrata's current feeling for me. Yeah, that's a lot easier. Like, it's a lot easier because it's not so final. It's not so final, and it's a little more curious. Yes. You don't need to keep typing that in. I see it. I see it. It is fine. Stacy, let me know if you have any question, if that's still Stacy on the Instagram. And anyone else, any of the folks who are watching on YouTube, you just let me know if you have a question. And I'm going to keep answering this one from Sucharita. I see them wanting to get to know you. I see them wanting to get to know you. So I feel like they don't feel like they have enough information to make a decision on whether they want more with you. I see them wanting to know more about you, but feeling good. I actually feel like you make them feel good about themselves. I feel like you make them feel good about themselves, like they feel and that they're sort of working up, because we have this confidence card, so I feel like they're working up their confidence. We have trust and also chemistry, so these are some really positive cards to have. Which says, so chemistry says there's a strong magnetic attraction here, and I see Debabrata being quite shy in a sense about this. They might not be shy in general, but I just see them being a bit guarded, which might be why you're asking what are their feelings, because it's like I can't quite tell, and I feel like they're being a bit guarded. I'm just really drawn to the fact that there's a hood on this person, and kind of I'm not really sure, and so you're being guided as well to trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith, and so I see it being a sense of patience and faith that this person wants to get to know you, but they are also dealing with their own fears, and they are feeling genuinely guarded. So it's difficult, if they're feeling guarded, that could be for a number of reasons. It doesn't necessarily have to do with you. And I don't know, it's tough. It's tough for someone to just be instantly ready to date or instantly ready to open their heart. But I do see a lot of heart opening and expansive energy happening this week. So if there's an opportunity between you two, I wouldn't hold back. I wouldn't leave an expectation or say, "Oh, I need to know what you feel," or "This has to go this way," but just to be more vulnerable, to role model what open-heartedness and vulnerability might look like. That might be something that's helpful for you this week. I feel funny. I feel like I'm supposed to. Yeah, abundance. So abundance could be also they are focusing on their work. They might not feel like they have enough for you. They might not feel like they have enough for you. Whoop. And I see them kind of wanting to impress you. So that's a positive sign as well. So it's they want to get to know you, but they also want you to get to know the good sides of them, and the impressive sides of them. And definitely it's important for you to kind of remain calm, remain steady, because if they're trying to trust you and then they kind of can't quite tell, or they feel like they might be upsetting you or something like that, that's going to be a lot of unstable energy for them. And this says, I release time and I let the universe show me what to do. So, how perfect is that? That's exactly what I was feeling. It's just chilling out the any type of the expectation, and to be in a total allowance of, hey, if this takes a year to build up to be something great, then that's okay. You have a year. That's okay. Nothing bad is going to happen by getting to know someone and by just exploring in a more peaceful kind of pace. So that's what I'm feeling, is a peaceful pace, but they're feeling good. They actually feel good about themselves when they think of you, or when they think of your connection. I'd be whoa, you know, they'd be I feel proud of myself for acquiring that, or for getting their attention, for getting your attention. Let me know if that resonates with you. I love your stained glass window. It's making me feel calmer. Thank you. I'm just looking at that and hearing what you're saying to other people. Yeah, isn't it so nice? Yeah, I really it's like shout out for the window today. I feel so blessed. It's such a tiny thing. It's such a simple thing, you know? It's such a simple little thing to have a plant, and actually you can see I have like a little amethyst crystal, and that's my little gate. Like, okay, look at how cute. Sorry, YouTube, I can't show you, but look at how cute my little gate and willow fence is. And that's, you can see what I look at all the time. That's when I look out that other way. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. I really do love this. The pick of a bay. Oh, yeah. That was, I went on this coastal walk, and there was this epic cave that I went into. The cave was so cool, and that coastal walk was so beautiful. And then after it, I didn't post this yet. I posted like one photo, but you can't see the whole thing. But after that, I went and saw this castle. It is really beautiful. I'm so lucky. And I'm so lucky to have friends who take me out to different spots in the Highlands so that I can get to see it. But yeah, it was so awesome. There was like this castle and half the wall. And Sucharita, let me know if that resonated with you. I do like to hear feedback on these readings. So let me know, just so that there's a bit of an exchange here. And so there was this castle, okay, and then because the hill that it was built upon was like too sandy and soft, because it used to be like all desert. I've been learning so much about Scotland and how the lands have shifted. I'm friends with a lot of like nature lover people, which is so awesome. And okay, good, thank you for sending that love. And so the castle, because it was built on this hill and the hill was sandy, it was like too soft. A whole wall of the castle like fell off. Like, can you imagine that? You're just sitting, and it was like from the latrines, which is really funny. So it's like you could just be like leaving the washroom, and then whoop, look behind you, and the whole wall has like shifted and completely come off, and it's like hanging out on the side of the hill somehow. Like, it was really cool to see. But it didn't have a lot of dark energy. It was just like, whoa, clearly a disaster happened here. And then I was, yeah, like wandering around all these like ruins and things. It was really cool. You know, we don't have things this ancient, the buildings this ancient anyway, in Canada on Turtle Island, where I'm from. And so it's like really inspiring to be able to connect with that deep ancient energy. And that's why that was one of the moments that I wished I just had this like fairy dress, this fairy tale. I was like, I just want to be like Juliet singing out a window, you know, I don't know. I played Juliet in a play when I was younger, so I think I always fancy myself. I also played Hermia in another Shakespeare play, so I always see myself doing these things. Like, I think I had it coming. I had it coming since childhood. So let me know if there's any more questions you all have, any oracle questions you'd like me to answer for you today. I could do a reading for myself if no one else has any questions. I don't mind role modeling doing a reading for myself, but I don't know. I don't do it that often because I don't know. I feel like it's already self-aggrandizing to be on a to be on a live and to put myself out there anyway. But if nobody has any other oracle questions, I'm also happy to do do any other type of reading. So let me know what you would like. I do feel like I'm going to pull a romance angel card for myself. Why not? Ooh, why not? Oh, of course. I just got to shake my head. Like, I don't even need to pull cards. As I pull them out, they come out, and I have worth waiting for. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. And how many times have I pulled this in the last few weeks, eh? Sometimes when we're doing a collective reading, but also for myself. And when I do the weekly Soul Circle oracle readings after this, you know, I hop on Zoom with any of my current clients, and then I read for all of them individually. And, you know, it's amazing the things that we actually have in common in our journeys. So whenever I read these collective energy readings, it's amazing all the things that we have in common, you know, all of this abundance. I'm literally looking at 3 cards that are all about abundance, maybe even 4 when I read you this other card I just pulled for myself. But we have the abundance card, the koi fish spirit saying there's always enough. That is all about abundance. And then this one, wanting more for others, puts me into an energy of abundance. wanting to give of service to the world means you got to take care of yourself so that you can be of service, right? You need the energy to be able to do that. So abundant, and also sharing what's on your heart. That's the theme for this week. That's the weekly reading, if I were to sum it up. Okay. Any more questions? I see that there's people hanging out here, but I feel like we're just hanging out, enjoying the vibe. That's okay. That's okay as well. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I was like, maybe I should just show off some of my cards and show you different things. Oh, good. Alexandra has a new question. I'll read this other card that I got for myself, this romance card, and then I will ask you this question. Okay. So the other card I got was engagement, which is why I say it's a bit abundant as well. Not that I think I'm going to be getting engaged this week, but it says your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. And so when I feel all this burst of energy of what really feels like someone needs to say something, say what's on their mind. Oh, and Stacy, I mean, you're welcome to come to the Soul Circle Oracle as well after this. So don't worry, don't stress out if you don't have a question. It's all good. I can always leave this early and have, minutes anyways in between our sessions. So this love life ascending to a higher level of commitment feels like people getting what's like on their hearts out. And also, I think when I think about it for myself as well, it's like that trust, having faith that there's always enough. There's also always enough love. There's always enough connection and communication and attention for what is needed, to say that that's actually enough, and then more can actually come. So to put more into others, right? This energy of abundance, it really does speak to me this week. So love that card. La, la, la. But don't expect a ring on my finger next week. The engagement card, I never really take it super literally. There's only been one time where I felt like that actually might be a literal engagement for someone. I think only once from years of having this deck. Okay, Alexandra, how long do you see me having Red Home? I'm going to the landlord-tenant court in September, so I'm hoping the judge will see as eviction is given in bad faith. So I'm hoping to keep the house. Yeah, Stacy, it'd be a bit much if I somehow, I mean, that would be like from 0 to 100. Okay. The eviction is given in bad faith. So I see that sometime this summer you might need to exit it, and then you might also be able to go back to it in some way. So I have a feeling, I mean, it's difficult. This is like many different people and different decisions are involved with something like this. So it's difficult to just give you a finite answer. And it's a bit like unethical to be like, oh yeah, for sure you get it, blah, blah, blah. Because what if you didn't, and then it was a really challenging thing. All oracle and psychic work truly is on probability. I don't believe that anyone can just be so certain of predictions like that they would stand to it. But I will say I do feel that you will have time in the house in September. I'm also, though, I keep coming up with this question of like, why is that the desire? Why is that the desire? And I see that in August, it's like you're not going to be spending time there for some reason. So I'm not sure what that's about. It could be that you're meant to, evacuate for some time before this happens and everything. But I'm seeing like 0 time there and then some time there in September. So I'm not sure what that means or if that's very helpful. But if you're going to focus on manifesting, think about this energy of like wanting more for others. I really feel your energy in that. It's like, what about having that would be giving to others, and how, and are you in a state of abundance and actually receiving whatever is meant for you and trusting, like this koi fish, right? There's always enough. Are you trusting in that? Or are you thinking, I'll have nothing if I don't have that, right? Like, which is 2 very different energies. Ooh, Pamela, working on a creative project. Could I have a card for that? Yes, you may. Yes, you may. Working on a creative project. Okay, I'm going to get you some goddess guidance support for that. And I'm going to pull another one too. Sacred Traveler. Stacy's still waking up. Oh, funny. So you actually have 3 goddess cards coming out, Pamela. You know, I'm never a simple gal. There's always many things happening at once. I still have romance cards in my lap here. All right. So this makes total sense. I'd be really curious to know what this creative project is, actually, just because of the last card that I'm going to share here, of the goddess ones. Because you have Sarasvati, which is the arts. I love Sarasvati. It says express yourself through creative activities. So this makes total sense. And it might be that you actually work with Sarasvati's energy as you're going into working on this creative project. You might actually feel some type of connection with her. You also have Siege. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's quiet time. And all of this blue energy, like blue and teal, it says take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. And I'm really feeling the rest piece of that. So it might be that like you get some sort of dream to support. You picked her today, Sarasvati. I totally felt that. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I totally felt her, like, kind of, if you didn't already know about her, she was with you. That's beautiful. That's so beautiful. Yeah, so take some quiet time alone to rest is what I'm feeling like. And that's another energy I've been feeling like this weekend and going into early this week, is that more rest, more alone, more introspective time might be exactly what's on the cards as well. And I also, you know, she's making this like librarian signal. And so I kind of feel like she might be telling you, Siege, she might be telling you also, not like don't share about it, but almost sometimes there's certain ideas that we kind of need to keep sacred, certain parts of it. So I feel like there's some part of this creative project that is meant to just be entirely with you until it's shown or until it's revealed or until it's complete. So it's like, not tell no one, but like work on it more than you talk about it, is sort of the energy that it feels like. And then you also have Isolt, Undying Love. And I love this card so much. You are keeping it quiet. There you go. There you go. And it says, the love you have shared is eternal, regardless of the situation. So that's why I was curious. I was curious whether this had anything to do with your feeling of love, or your some story from your past. Like I just really, I don't know. I was like feeling like a story from your childhood or something like that, of love somehow coming back and relating to this. It might not feel directly related right now, but that's what I was feeling, is like this childhood love. And then you also have this impasse card, which is interesting. I don't think you're actually at like a total impasse, but I do see that there's a bit of like a pause in the project that doesn't feel like exactly forward energy. And it says reflect and redirect your energy. So kind of what I'm seeing is that at any point you get to like a sticking point within this creative project, which, like, you know, often happens. You feel grandmother with you while working on the project. So yeah, maybe it's like maybe it's a story with your grandmother, but I don't know. I really felt like it was like a childhood crush or something, some sort of, and maybe it's just this childhood crush energy. You know, maybe it's just something about that that's like with you in some way. But definitely you're very supported working on this project. And I think it makes total sense that the goddess cards came out, because this is very grandmother energy as well. It's like ancestral female energy. So totally, totally agree. And I totally vibe with that. There's these little mushrooms and this squirrel holding a nut on this card, this impasse card. And so I'm wondering too, whether having like a specific tea or like some kind of like medicines or things like that with you might be a part of it, like herbs or things. Could be mushrooms, I don't know. And it says reflect and redirect your energy. So it's like if at any point you get to a sticking point, it's like using your medicines to find the pathway around that, to circle around so that you can get to the core of, you know, the creative process really is. It's such a journey. It's such a like, I don't know. I see it sometimes in like a spiral. We're just drifting down to the core. Jay, can I get a romance card? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I'll probably come back for some love readings later this week as well, because I did really like that. It was like a really nice vibe earlier last week. I did that, and it was just a nice time hanging out with people. Oh, Jay, I think this is more than once you've gotten this, actually. And I think it actually makes a lot of sense for just where I feel you're at energetically right now. Yes, you are so welcome. You are so welcome. So, religious factors. Jay, it says your love life is being influenced by your religious upbringing and your spiritual path. Like you're looking in some direction where that person is not looking. And so it's difficult because um, whether you know them or not, it's just difficult because you're not looking the same way in a sense in life. And that's a hard thing to actually make it work. You also have it is safe for you to love. So I'm seeing this as like freeing your own feelings. So perhaps that energy I was talking about earlier, I'm not sure if you were on here earlier, but I was talking about this feeling of like what's on your heart and actually being able to communicate, being able to share that and reveal that, and having this feeling that more will come. It says open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So you might be working from like a lower frequency than actually you need to. You might be working from a place more of doubt or mistrust or um just the like not very hopeful kind of. I see it as like not very hopeful kind of energy when really like romances are so much better off with having some level of hope, so long as you're not attached to the outcome, right? As long as you're not upset by changes or shifts in people. I do feel like a lot of connected energy, and so you might be connecting through friends to this feeling of love as well, or maybe even just communicating with friends what it is you want in love. It might not be communicating to a specific person who you have feelings for, but it might be like communicating to your friends the type of love that you actually want and being honest about it, rather than being it's funny, I'm like seeing the word being coy, not this, but being coy, like COY about it. So it doesn't feel like a big week for being coy. It feels like a week of stepping into this space of expansion and claiming the bigger dreams, bigger fish. You have mutual close friends. Yeah. Yeah. And if you have mutual close friends and it's safe for you to love, but does this religious factors thing make sense to you? Because I feel like that's like a very important part of it, that actually you're looking in some different directions when it comes to that, which is it's a big thing to notice. And so as you talk to your friends about what it is you actually deeply want in a relationship, they may be able to weigh in on whether that will be possible with this person. That's what I'm feeling. So it's like opening your heart actually to your friends to be like, here's the depth of what I want. Here's what my heart really seeks. Do you think that's going to happen in this direction? And letting yourself receive what they need to say. That's what it feels like. I know it would require a certain level of bravery to do that. Maybe for her, not sure. Well, it would be for both of you if it's for her, because it's a connection. That is so funny. Yeah, it would have to be for both of you. If it's for her, then it's on both of you, because it's a connection. That's how that works, you know. But it doesn't feel like you bearing your heart and soul to her. It feels like you bearing your heart and soul to the friends. For some reason, that's what I keep feeling, is that that's actually what you're needing to do this week. Pamela, thank you, Kate. I found all of what you said encouraging and supportive. I burn incense when doing my project and I pick a flower essence. Yes, good. The Isolde card is intriguing. Yes, it was intriguing to me too. I normally don't. Well, I don't know. People who can be here often will know that if I feel something, I do kind of continue pressing in on it. There's some things that I pick up where I'm like, oh yeah, I probably interpreted that wrong, but I really feel there's something about some childhood crush or romance, or I don't know. There's something about that. And I'm seriously seeing like about 4 or 5 years old. So I don't know if that memory is going to come back, or what that relates to at all. Some feeling about that is somehow connected to this. So who knows? Who knows what that'll end up being? That's part of the mystery. That's why I like that card that we got, the mystery card today in the collective energy. So many of us want these answers. And, here I am feeding the monster, giving answers. But, so many of us want these answers in life so that we can feel a certain kind of way, right? Instead of embracing that actually we are great, no matter if we know things or not, there's certain things about my life I don't get to know until it happens, right? Just because I'm psychic, it doesn't mean I have answers to everything in my life, because actually it's so important. It's so important to have certain things be a mystery, be a surprise, be a delight, be a shock, right? It's important sometimes to just be shocked by something. If I just knew everything all the time, wouldn't that be so dull? I think so. I think it totally would be. I think it totally would be. Stacy, awesome that you did last week. Yeah, it was awesome. I don't know why. That was like I know why. It was a fun energy and fun people who showed up. But yeah, it was just like I ended up staying on live for an hour and a half just doing love readings and things. It was really lovely. So I will come back this week and do that. I just have to look at my calendar, so I don't have that chosen yet, but if you're all following my Instagram or my YouTube more so, if you're all following my YouTube, then you'll see it. You'll see it come up when I choose to do the love things, and just make sure the notification bells are on. And thanks everyone for liking the video on YouTube. I find that so helpful. Lets people know that we're here, enjoying, having a nice time. And I'll be back for daily YouTube Oracle readings every day this week. I can't believe it. Who knew? Who knew I had consistency in me? I certainly didn't. I had this vision come in to do daily YouTube Oracle readings. I was like, are you sure? I've never done anything super consistently like that. Or when I have done things consistently like that, it hasn't been sharing outwards this way. I was like, I don't really know if I can pull myself onto video every single day. But I did that regular TikTok thing. I did like 3 TikToks a day for a certain, amount of time. Yes, Pamela, keep me posted. I'd love to hear updates. I'd love to know, yeah, what happens with that, or if anything shows up, I'd love to know. Feel free to keep coming back and getting these little readings. I love hanging out here with people. Thanks, Stacey. I'm proud of me too. Who knew? Who knew that I could actually stick to it? But I guess living in a house really changes the game. Living in a place where I just have the regular setup, I just have to log on. When I was in the van, it was a lot harder to set up my YouTube and get the Wi-Fi and all these things. Like, there was a lot of pros to living in a van, but there's also a lot of pros now to having a kitchen and having the internet and my light all set up. It's so much more convenient. Hello, hello. All right, so I'm going to log off for today because I am going to join the Soul Circle for our Oracle session now. And then I'm doing some shamanic work this evening. It's quite a potent day. Keep an eye out for my little video. I just filmed a video about the meaning of my name and the way that it's affected my spiritual journey in a short video. I know I can actually keep it I think it's under 10 minutes even, that video. Very impressive. Normally I talk for much longer. Okay, so I will see you all later. If you didn't catch the beginning of this, go back and watch the weekly collective reading that I have at the start. And we'll see you sometime this week for some love and romance readings or whatever else comes up, personal readings. I'm going to switch over to Soul Circle. Okay, enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.